Hey everybody, it's Jennifer, and I wanted to talk to you guys today about something that I have dealt with and am dealing with right now. And being a birth and postpartum doula, and just knowing other women in my life, friends and family, I know that this is something that I'm not alone in. And so I kind of wanted to share my journey with it, in hopes that maybe it could shed some light or a different perspective on yours. 9 months giving our bodies to our babies and allowing them to get comfortable and allowing our bodies to change and grow and house these incredible little people. Then we have our baby. And it's this process of becoming reacquainted with our bodies. And it's a really interesting process. And I've had 5 children. I'm so grateful that I've had the honor of having 5 children. And with each one, I've really noticed, this change in how I've looked at myself, my body. And I wanted to kind of share a little bit of my journey and my struggle with that with you. I was a model with a very large agency, international agency, actually the oldest, I believe, that's been around at this time. And I was required to stay within 3 pounds of a very specific weight, a very specific, somewhat unhealthy weight, throughout my contract with them. And, that's pretty doable with a normal lifestyle, but when you keep getting pregnant and having babies, this becomes kind of challenging. And I remember a couple specific stories that I had. One was when I had a shoot in Aspen for Sotheby's diamonds. And I was 3 months postpartum with my 3rd child. I was required to wear a skin color, a light pink skin colored tight dress, no room for a bra. Again, 3 months postpartum. And it was to showcase these jewels, these diamonds. And so I had my husband bring the baby to the hotel where I was getting ready to wait for me to nurse him. And here I am getting my makeup done, and I feel a letdown. And for those of you who have had children, you know that a light pink dress with no bra and a letdown is a recipe for disaster. For those of you who have not, a letdown is when your breasts in essence are telling you that you need to feed your child. And if you don't, then you are asking for a mess. So here I am holding my breasts, texting my husband saying, please bring the baby so I can feed him. And they won't let me out of the room because of all of these diamonds. So I'm nursing the baby with the dress pulled up over my head because I couldn't pull it down, with 2 bodyguards staring at me so I don't steal or replace or switch out the diamonds. It was not a time when I was appreciative of my postpartum self, my postpartum body. I had strong-armed my body into this place where I knew I had to be in order to keep my contract. And there was no appreciation for what it had done. There was no appreciation for what it was doing. And I'm not happy about that. I'm not happy that I did that to myself, that I didn't give myself the space to appreciate my body. Another story was 5 months postpartum with my 3rd as well. And I had a runway show for an Italian brand called Fendi. And they had, of course, they have clothing waiting for you. But shoes are very important. They have to fit because you could fall and make a mess of the show. And so here I am telling them that I'm a certain size, having not known that my feet had grown an entire size through my pregnancy. So I show up, put on these shoes that are a whole size too small, and have to do a runway show through incredible pain of too small Italian shoes, and then a charity event afterwards for another 4 hours. Again, not appreciative of my body and what it had done. I tell you these stories because I want you to see that as a mother of 5 children and someone who struggled with trying to control my body and regretting not giving it the space to appreciate what it had become, that you can see that this is something that I know we all deal with and we all struggle with, but it's something that we can get past. And there's a different way of looking at it. And while I struggled through those first 3 pregnancies and postpartum periods, trying to make my body into what it was before, and not appreciating it and being grateful for the life that it had given, the last 2 pregnancies that I've had in the postpartum periods have been very different. And while I still look in the mirror and feel like the body that I'm looking at is somewhat foreign to me because it doesn't resemble what it was before, I remind myself of the life that it gave. I remind myself that we're all artworks in progress, and we're all blooming and growing and evolving into new and better things. And I think so many new mothers will struggle postpartum in trying to make the life into their entire life, into what it was before, trying to say, okay, so yes, we added a new person, but I still want to be able to do all the things I did before. I still want to look the same that I did before. I still want to, nothing's going to change. And it does change. You can't fool anybody. You can't fool yourself in saying that life doesn't change when you add a new family member, because it does, but it changes for the better. Hands down. It's a bit of a struggle at first. You deal with hormones and you deal with lack of sleep and adjustment periods. And if you have other children, there's adjustment periods there. It's very dynamic. But it evolves into something so much more beautiful. And so my advice is, and this is from experience, from what I've dealt with and what I've battled with through all of my postpartum periods, is let yourself evolve. You birth this child, you're also birthing a new mother. And it doesn't matter how many children you've had, this new mother changes, this new mother evolves. The mother of the new mother of 4 birthing into a new mother of 5 is a different being, and a more amazing being, physically, emotionally, mentally. So I just want to leave you with that. Appreciate your body. Appreciate the varicose veins that you might have gotten from the extra weight of your last pregnancy, or the stretch marks that you have. They're incredible battle wounds for the beautiful thing that you did, the selfless thing that you did, bringing life into this world and appreciating yourself for it. So for all of you pregnant women out there, or postpartum women, and women who may not have even had babies, appreciate your body. Whatever it is that you go through in life, we are always a work in progress, and we're always blooming into something more beautiful, as long as we give ourselves that space to become something more beautiful and not trying to conform into what we used to be. You're going to be amazed at what you become, and be excited to witness that. It is an incredible journey, and I am grateful to have this new perspective on it. it took having a few babies for me to gain that perspective and that appreciation, but I hope that it doesn't take you guys that long. Love yourself, love your body, love what it's become, and appreciate it. And thank you for letting me share my experience and journey. And until next time, be well. Thank you.